Hey there, you want to know more about moving to Mexico on a temporary residency? We're going to talk about that right now in this video coming up. Welcome back to the Single Dad Nomad, helping you live better worldwide. If you don't know me, my name is Nicholas Dembski, and on this channel we talk about travel, lifestyle, and freedom. So if you like videos like that, consider subscribing. Okay guys, let's get right into it. What is the temporary residency visa to Mexico? There's more than one way to move to Mexico. You can go there on a tourist visa. I made another video about that. You can go there on a temporary residency visa. You can go there on a permanent residency visa. There's other visas you can go to. But today, let's just focus on the one, temporary residency. This visa is ideal for people who want to move to Mexico for more than 180 days, but potentially just staying for a year. Now, it can be extended for several years. And once you complete several years in a row as a temporary resident in Mexico, you're then eligible for a permanent resident. However, let's stick to the benefits of the temporary residency and why you might want to get it. Moving to Mexico on a temporary residency gives you the advantages of getting a driver's license, getting enrolled in their social health care program. However, it does not let you have authorization to work for Mexican-based income. So if you're like me, you're a remote worker, a digital nomad, then the temporary residency visa might be right for you to go to Mexico, since you'll be able to work online while you're living there without the work permit. So who can apply for this program? Number one is retired folks with consistent income, people who want to live in Mexico but still work in the United States, and also the digital nomads like myself. If you think you're ready to apply, now let's talk about where you have to do it. If you're going to apply for the Mexican temporary residency visa, you have to apply at the Mexican consulate that serves your area. So for example, if you live in California, you couldn't go to the Mexican consulate in Chicago and expect to get your residency visa permit approved. So for me, I'm from Michigan, I had to go down to Detroit. And this is very important. I want you to get online and go to your consulate's website and make sure you look up their specific requirements, because they're going to vary between the different consulates. That being said, let's talk about some of those specific requirements. Now, there is some things that every consulate is going to need no matter which one it is. That is the application fee for $36, your passport with at least 6 months validity and a couple pages open to place in the visa. Moreover, you'll need your application form filled out properly. You'll need your passport-sized photos. You'll also need to set up an appointment with the consulate and go in for an interview with them. Now, this is where it starts to vary between the consulates on what the specific requirements are. The most confusing thing is the financial proof that you're going to need. They don't want you just coming to Mexico if you have no money and no income. So for the requirements for Detroit, there were a couple options. You could either provide 12 months of financial statements that showed you have at least $27,000 in your bank account over a average per the months, or you would need at least 6 months bank statements showing that you have roughly $1,650 in monthly income coming in, and it must be assumed that those payments are going to continue as you move to Mexico, i.e. be a digital nomad or have some other kind of income coming in from a company that lets you work remotely. Some people may be coming in with an employment letter. If you have one, you're going to need to present that, or it could be something like I use Upwork.com and I just printed off my salary from there, and that was totally acceptable for them. And if you're like me, if you have a child, make sure you have the documentation that says you can travel with your child, of course. If all goes well inside of your appointment, then you are going to be given your temporary residency visa. It's not that difficult as long as you have all the documents ready, and even if you don't, they'll be able to reschedule an appointment for you and try again. But if you do get approved, then there is a few more steps you need to take. You're going to arrive in Mexico. You are not done with your residency yet. So let's get into the very last part of what happens once you have your temporary residency visa. Now, you're going to take it to Mexico, you're going to arrive at the customs counter, and they are going to open it and not know for sure that you are a temporary resident. So you need to let them know for sure. I am here for the first time on my temporary residency visa. That way they don't stamp you as a tourist, which will null and void your temporary residency permit. So once you get to Mexico, there's some more red tape and fees to pay. You have to go to the immigration office, pay a couple $100s before you can actually get your residency permit card that says you are truly a temporary resident. Now, it is not very easy to do this. I have heard from so many expats in Mexico that they go to immigration, they have problems filling out the forms, they don't know what to do, they go back 2, 3, 4, 5 times trying to do it over and over and over again, and they can never get it done. Now, I actually read about this problem before I got down there, so I enlisted an agency that I found in Puerto Vallarta, and I will link to them down in the description box for you. But they helped me get through the immigration process in just a matter of 2 or 3 days. It was really easy. I just had to show up to them, pay a couple extra $100 for the agency fee, and then sign a few papers, and they handled everything for me. So it was super easy, and I think it was really worth it, especially hearing all the other horror stories that I heard from other expats. So that's everything you need to know about the Mexican temporary residency visa. If you like this video, please smash that like button. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel because there's more videos like this on the way. See you next time.